The new EP is out very soon. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong because it's not a word I use in my daily vernacular. Is it Prepuce or Prepuce?
That's really cute. That's really close. Well, I can't talk, but yeah, it is Prepuce.
Okay.
And that word means foreskin.
Yes, I looked it up and then I regretted it.
That's exactly why we named it too. I literally looked up on Google because like we did that song Circumcisor. I'm like, what's another word for foreskin? And it was like Prepuce. I was like, that's it.
Perfect. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it didn't take much decision making.
Yeah.
It's one of those unanimous decisions that happens really fast. Like everybody's like, yep, and then that's it, done.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as long as you just search it normally instead of Google image search, you're okay. But, learn from my mistakes. So I guess the first question, once everyone learns what that word means, is why? Why is this the title?
I guess I'll answer this one because I don't know, like a lot of our other stuff, it had kind of a serious, like, you know, tone to it, like our first 2-3 albums did. Yeah. And this one, like, I don't know, we just wanted something that was silly but sounded serious, you know what I mean? And I wanted people to look up that word and be like, what the fuck does this mean? And then like, oh, foreskin. Like that's what I wanted people to do. Yeah. And it just happened to go with the Circumcisor thing, and that's pretty much it. It was just kind of a random thing. It has nothing else to do with any of the other songs on the album.
Okay.
It's just a cool word that I wanted people to look up and see a wiener. So I already know that it worked good.
Yeah, it's
made sense.
Either a little.
Yeah. I mean, you already at a loss for words, but it beats, you know, titles like World in Pain or some bullshit like that. It's just, there you go.
Right. A little different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not everybody can get de-Christianized. So
yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
hey.
I don't see you. I don't think your audio's turned. I mean, your video's turned on, buddy.
I just saw it.
That's on for a second.
It says video's on.
I can see you.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't see him in there. All right, well, whatever.
Anyway,
yeah, there you go.
Prepuce is it's kind of like it's a weird encapsulation of our personalities, right? Like,
right.
We kind of we want to give off this serious mantra. We play brutal music, but at the end of the day, we're a bunch of immature boys. So. You know, we kind of just leaned into it a little bit more.
Okay, that's all the more concerning then. The record that encapsulates you best most as people is the one that means foreskin.
We're all just walking foreskins.
Well, there's 4 of you now, so yeah. So. With that being said, why it's been 3 years since the previous album, which was a full length. Why was this EP as opposed to another full length?
I don't know, Cameron. You want to answer that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think, just to kind of stay active, we knew we were up, you know, with our contract with our prior label, so we just wanted to kind of, you know, have something to shop around. Mm-hmm. You know, we were lucky to win with Unique Leader with this one. And then, you know, just over COVID and everything, you know, everyone kind of lost touch. I mean, we didn't lose touch with each other, but, you know, we weren't jamming like regularly. So yeah. We didn't want to just be like totally inactive. So we had, you know, some songs ready to go. We thought we'd drop them. And then, you know, while we worked on the next full length, which we've got basically written at this point or close to. So, but yeah, just trying to stay active, really.
Nice. No, well, it's sounding good. Is the next album, like you say, you've got that more or less done already? Does that follow in the same sort of vein lyrically? Is this like another fun album, or is this going to be a bit more of a serious affair?
Well, do you want to take this one, Wade?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I mean, there's always kind of a funny like pun style motif that our lyrics have, just because like one thing that at least me personally, I don't like to take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to be brutal and stuff, but there needs to be some shtick of humor or something there to let people know, like, hey, like I'm not a serious person here. Like I might frown in our band photos, but like some of the other ones, like I'll be choking down hot dogs, or I'm always smiling. We're always like doing dumbass shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of thing. As far as this next album, there are some like serious elements about it, but I guess it's just more funny. It's like, instead of there being funny lyrics inside of it, it's about a stupid, funny concept that is just so ridiculous. Like for instance, the guy that goes around and fucking circumcises people, you know, against their will. Like, it's just so ridiculous. I don't even, the concept is so stupid that I don't have to put anything funny in the lyrics, because it's just ridiculous, you know, or like Cirrhosis, our other song. And that's going to get released on the 31st of this month. And it's about a guy who just force feeds people liquor and then cuts out their liver and eats it. Like, it's and to be 100% completely honest, some of the song and the titles came, like, I would find the samples that I wanted first. Right. And then I'd write the song around that. So, yeah. So and then we did a couple covers. We did a cover on that too. So it's just, I'd say it's just about the same. There's shtick in there, but it's still, I don't think we'll ever do a 100% serious album. I mean, like, I can't say that, but that's just kind of where it's going in my head.
Right. And the other ones haven't been 100% serious either. So it's not our first way we went tongue in cheek, you know, kind of a little over the top, silly.
Yeah. No, I mean, looking at the track listing for the EP, I did have a good giggle at Molotov Cocktease.
Yeah.
Called my dad.
We do like the word play.
You have to check out this song title.
That's Molotov Cocktease is kind of like a double joke. Yeah. Like, you know, like obviously like if you read the lyrics, like it's a Frankenstein's monster type of story. So ultimately, like, it ends with the creature being lit on fire, and they wrote that song like during COVID, and like during like the Minneapolis riots and stuff. So like people were throwing Molotov cocktails and like setting shit on fire. So it just kind of double played. And then the other side to it is there's a cartoon called The Venture Brothers. Yeah, and there's a secret Russian agent who is named Molotov Cocktease, and it's that was also kind of a way for me to throw to like a nerdy fandom of mine as well. But yeah,
nice.
But we all like, that's kind of like where we go. Like Zoopocalypse was meant to be kind of like goofy inside of itself, and the next album has just as goofy as a concept behind it, but it's taboo and it's brutal, just kind of in a different way. Like, we don't have to talk about mutilating bodies. We can talk about pooping on bodies. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, well, already we've mentioned the EP title, Mutilating Bodies and Hot Dogs. So there's no other way to go but the music video. This is the most shocking thing to happen to genitals since Lars von Trier's Antichrist.
Nice.
That movie was brutal, bro.
Yeah, it
that
is.
Whole, like, fire extinguisher scene, holy shit.
Yeah. I was really glad that I waited until after dinner before watching it.
Hopefully you didn't have hot dogs for dinner.
Yeah. So we've discussed, like you've mentioned, the meaning behind the song. I don't know how else to really ask about this video, to be honest, because it's so bizarre and it's so fucked up, basically. I can't really put it any more eloquently than that. How many hot dogs did you get through?
Good.
I would go for probably 20, 12 packs of hot dogs, 20 or 30 of them at least.
Right.
Yeah, and probably at least a gallon of each condiment for towards the end of it. You know, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was kind of all we had to get ready for the video. We just showed up at dude's house.
Yeah.
He brought a bunch of hot dogs and condiments, and we were like, we just winged it, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, because the bit, well, one of the bits at the end when the two of you are pissing.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yep.
And he comes in and cuts the tops of the dicks off, and there's one of them. I'm sure it's barbecue sauce coming out.
No, that was fake blood. The guy who did the video, Crisscross, like
Yeah.
part of his whole setup thing was like he would make the fake blood. I was over there for that particular scene. So yeah, no, like he put in a serious amount of work and made like fake blood that came out looking.
You made a lot.
An orange and a rubber tube and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, it was not.
And he had a syringe on the other side that he would push it through, so like it looked like a constant stream. So like practical effects all day long. But
Right.
yeah, no, that was concocted fake blood. Although I'll tell you, like I got a pair of jeans in my closet that still got like the fucking stain from that shit on there. Like,
Do you know what? Finding that out makes it all the more gross, because I was watching that thinking, that's a good idea. Like fucking hot dogs with barbecue sauce inside it. That looks fucking delicious.
That could be onto something accidentally.
Yeah, and now it turns out that that's not what I was looking at. It was just a bleeding cock. So I don't know what that says about me that I found it so appetizing, but
yeah, no, don't worry about it. It only says great things about it.
yeah.
I mean, to that high content of your personality.
Yeah. I mean, when you were making the video, obviously you knew it was going to be pretty grisly and over the top and a lot of fun, obviously. Did you have any sort of worries about it being seen? Because obviously it's age restricted, so you can't share the link on like a mobile device or something like that. I have to go on a laptop if I want to send it to someone.
That's kind of like death metal right there. Like Cannibal Corpse used to be like censored. Like you had to go through certain means to find it. So like, I don't know. It's almost like a rite of passage. Like, you know, good on the kids that can go and find it, but like, there's plenty of adults who can go and see it and they don't want to watch that shit either. So,
and we all know plenty of kids that watch shit they're not supposed to watch. That's part of the taboo of it too. You know what I mean? So
that's what I was seeking out to watch when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This is taken out of context, but if I could show a teen their first wiener chop video, then I'll feel like my career is a success.
How times have changed. When I was a kid, it was beheading videos.
Yeah.
Still good.
The Traces of Death videos where they would light pigs on fire with blowtorches and shit. Like, I used to be the rite of passage, but now it's, you know, now it's us, you know, defiling hot dogs.
Fuck's sake. I actually had a follow-up question. I can't remember what it was now. Fuck. It'll come back to me. In the meantime, what can you tell me about the artwork? Because the artwork doesn't look like it's tongue-in-cheek or anything like that. It looks like a really good white slam death metal piece of art.
So, or Spanky, do you want to do this one?
No, I didn't oversee the whole artwork. All I said was it's not just a big dick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of oversaw the art, but I mean, anyone can answer.
It was, you know, like, honestly, it was one of those things where we kind of like, we still want to convey like the brutal nature of it, right? Like there's still like an aspect of like people wanting to check out your music based on the artwork of your album. Like, let's be honest, like that's kind of one of the big things in death metal is like, you know, you get a piece of artwork and you're like, oh shit, that looks brutal, dude. I'm gonna pick that up. Like, it's the same kind of thing. So we still want to draw people in visually. We want there to be a visual representation of what we sound like. However, we also didn't want to do like a typical digital piece of art with some giant fucking wormhole and some alien coming down. Like, we didn't want to do something that was recreated 1,000 times before. We wanted to try to like maybe separate a little bit. And you know, it was a little bit of a task, but we found the right artist, and and he did a fantastic job. And Wade really kind of like he had a lot to do with this. Like it was kind of Wade's baby. Like he got that artwork prime position.
Well, yeah, we had shopped a few people. We were looking for somebody local to the Phoenix, Arizona area because I wanted to do something more of like an abstract painting type deal that kind of had some brutal elements in it. And we found a couple people, but they kept falling through. And so finally we found this guy, a Dahmer, and he does amazing art. He's really good. And so we kind of looked through his catalog and I was like, you know what? I like this. Like, you know, I don't know. It just has the look that we want. And he actually did one similar to that as a commission. Okay. So yeah, kind of like we didn't really have a concept for what we wanted the art to look like. And they kind of let me be creative with it, which was cool because they kind of let me look for something until it caught my eye, and then we all agreed and we went for something like that. But yeah, it wasn't really born out of necessity instead of me choosing on what we wanted, you know.
Cool. Did you say the artist was called Dahmer?
Yeah.
Carl Dahmer. So, and he actually is related to the Jeffrey Dahmer, and which, funny enough, we covered that Macabre song "Hitchhiker" about Jeffrey Dahmer. So, kind of comes around in a weird way, but dude's out of Kansas City, does good shit.
He's done shirts for some local bands around here. He does a lot of stuff. Like if you look at his catalog, he's probably got 100 pieces to look at.
Wow. I honestly didn't expect him to be related to him. I thought it was just a case of, oh, Dahmer, and we've got a song about mutilating dicks. This is a perfect pairing.
Well, I guess, and he's a metal guy too. So like I guess he knew of us. I got a friend who is friends of him. So I've kind of been aware of his art for a while. And so it kind of made sense too. We hit him up and he was real excited. And he's like, oh shit. Yeah. Atoll, like, oh yeah. And so it was kind of a mutual, you know, we were both excited to work with one another. So he pretty much reworked like an old piece that we had found, or, you know, Wade found on the site. And then, so he just like reworked it from scratch, you know. Turned out really good.
Yeah, no, it did. Well, like you mentioned as well, you've signed with Unique Leader. What was it about this label that appealed to you, that you felt was the right place for Atoll?
Legacy, man. Legacy. All about setting the legacy. Like Unique Leader is one of those labels that has clout. They have respect, and that's through, you know, decades of grinding. Like I guarantee you everybody's collection's got one band from Unique Leader in there. Like, you know, a lot of the record labels that we kind of have been on before that, you couldn't say that. And this is kind of that, you know, next logical step for a band that, you know, wants to achieve something. You got to make a progression in this way. And it was the nicest place to be. We had homies on that label already. And we brought them our stuff and they liked it. And I mean, we've been knocking at their door probably since we started. Like we've been trying to send them, you know, we've been trying to send them our stuff for years. And, you know, it was this that got through. They had seen the work that we'd done. So hopefully we can just keep putting in that work and make that next step with them.
Yeah. Cool. And as for the recording of the EP itself, how was this process? Were you able to get together, or were there still restrictions keeping you apart?
So yeah, there were some restrictions. You know, Robert Cameron Broomfield, he lived in Alabama, which is quite a distance away from where we reside. But so pretty much it was pretty easy. Like I do all of our recording, like I track everything and then I edit it and we send it off to get mixed by Miguel at Demigod Productions, and they're amazing. So pretty much we tracked pretty much everything but the bass here, but it's pretty easy to send stuff back and forth. So, you know,
he's always done it anyways, you know, pretty much.
But, you know, so Cameron can go into detail about how he kind of would write his bass stuff. But yeah,
this one was a little different with tracking. I mean, typically, I mean, we have tracked separately for the most part on previous albums too, and then just kind of, you know, each individual on our own, you know, setups. But this one I actually went first just because of scheduling. That's how it worked out, which was weird. You know, usually there's like drums. Usually I'm last before vocals. There's drums and then guitars and then me. But this time I went to the click pretty much. And then would you put guitars over bass and then drums last? So that was different or unique to this album. But yeah. In other ways it was similar.
But yeah, it was, you know, and our other guitar player Spanky, he moved to Dallas, Texas. So there's gonna be some challenge with doing it, you know, remotely, but we kind of have our system down and kind of how we like to do it. So you know, we're pretty confident that we can at least make it happen in a timely manner. So we don't have to give people blue balls waiting for the next one.
Right. Hope to be quick on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So just finally then to wrap it up, once this EP is out, what's the plans then? Do you have live dates coming up? Any like festivals, anything like that?
Yes. So we've got Washington Death Fest coming up April 22nd. That's pretty much right after our release. So we'll be pushing a lot of that. We'll probably have copies. We'll most likely have copies of our new EP while we're up there. And some merch and stuff. So, and then we have, we're doing a little run in just like the Southwest. We're playing here in our hometown, Phoenix. And then we're playing in this small town called Kingman. And then we're playing in Los Angeles. That's going to be May 27th, 28th, and 29th. And then we're going to hit the road this summer, sometime in August or September. So we're going to do that. And then we have a big festival in Dallas at the end of September called Gourd in the Heart of Texas. And that's with like bands called like Brodekin. What's Incinerate? Is Incinerate on that one?
I think so. Regurgitate. Yeah. I think.
Deterioration. There's some big boys on there. And then we obviously, being on Unique Leader, they want you, you know, you want to be on the road because that's how a lot you make your money and your popularity and stuff. So we'll be out playing a lot on the road, doing a lot of festivals and stuff. So yeah, and obviously we'll expect to see us over on, you know, your side of the pond probably within the next couple years.
Good. Because I would imagine, you know,
we've been for a while now, but especially with COVID and all that stuff, it's tough to get something going. But as soon as that happens, pretty much all of us have our passports and are ready to get something scheduled over there.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Because I would imagine just from like, you know, obviously I was introduced to you with this EP because, like you say, Unique Leader have a like broader reach. So I'll just go for this EP, and I would imagine that an Atoll live show is something just as fun as the album. So I've got high hopes.
Hey, hopefully we won't disappoint. But yeah, no, you can ask any sort of people that have seen us, and we get better with the more drinks you have. So
yeah, we keep it fun.
Oh shit, I'm straight edge.
A lot of talk about buttholes. We talk about buttholes a lot.
Right. It's like half comedy show.
Actually, like back in the day, we played a show with Party Cannon out here in Scottsdale, and that's like the one band that like I want to tour the entire fucking world with. Like they're the funnest bunch of fucking guys.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Hopefully we can give off similar vibes to people over on that side. We can be the American version of Party Cannon.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
that's what we're aiming for.
I mean, it's funny, even the email that was getting sent out, like to promote you guys from Jasmine at Hold Tight. It was like, okay, bear with me. I want some. Is anyone that wants to talk about death metal, Family Guy, and Foreskins? I'll do it.
Guy.
It's a pretty niche group, but
yeah,
but.
Right.
We exist out there.
Evidently. Well, guys, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me this morning. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hey, no problem. But like I said, I enjoy the music, so I wasn't gonna let a little thing like time difference get in the way.
Appreciate you No, because it's past my bedtime too. So
Right. I'm sleepy.
Yeah. All right, then, guys, look after yourselves and best of luck with the EP.
man,
All right. Appreciate it.
great night.